Protesters were out in full force again at Delaney Hall last night. This is in New Jersey. They tried to block the exit to prevent employees, just people trying to do their job, from leaving that detention center for the evening. Unreal. As those employees drove out, the anti-ICE protesters were seen kicking their cars, shining flashlights into their eyes, and throwing things at their windshields. Several protesters were even tear gassed in response to blocking the parking lot exit. Let's bring in former acting ICE Director Jonathan Fahey. So I'll just ask you right off the bat here. What do you think when you see images like that, and then you know that there are Democrats in power in that city, in that state, and what are they doing about it?
That's what's the most disgraceful thing about this, because it looked like last week, it looked like New Jersey was sort of starting to crack down on this, and now they're back to where they were before, basically tacitly encouraging this. And the worst part about it is somebody's going to get hurt or killed. In many respects, this is preventable if there's support from the local law enforcement, and not the law enforcement, but their leadership. And you have people like the governor that has made so many inflammatory statements about ICE, comparing them to terrorists, talking about how they make the citizens unsafe, that it really encourages and emboldens people to really attack ICE agents. And now we know the narrative, what was going on in Delaney Hall, has largely been dispelled. There's nothing going on bad there. And the real end game for these protesters and the Democratic politicians isn't to improve conditions, but seems to be just simply to cause disruption, subversion, and actually have these people released back in the community rather than deported.
Well, they figured out a way to get attention, right? They've got a plan figured out where they can get as much media attention as possible and get the attention of the Democrats in power that aren't going to do anything about it. Fox News Digital did this incredible investigation this week on the groups that are out there. There are so many groups that have so much money backing them, and they use signal chats to sort of like coordinate their plans for how they're going to come out there and protest. And one of the things that struck out to me was this. They wrote the strategy documents, like a memo they put out, Jonathan. It directs content creators, so influencers, to call the detention centers a concentration camp and label detainees imprisoned prisoners and captives. It tells activists to eschew saying detainees were arrested, but rather assert that they were kidnapped, abducted, and taken. I mean, this is a very well-formulated plan, and it seems like it's going to spread, because I heard that there was going to be a rally or protest at the detention center near Chicago this weekend as well, sort of supporting Delaney Hall. This is what they want, right? They want it to spread across the country.
Yeah, they want it to spread, and they want ICE basically not to be able to do the job that they're actually mandated to under the law and under the Constitution. And what's really shameful about this is when you see some of these chats and the things that people are bringing, their intention isn't just to speak their mind. Their intention is to disrupt, impede ICE in doing their job, which is against the law, but it's also dangerous for everyone involved. And like you showed that, you're talking about the clip earlier, people just simply, they're just going to work, and they're put in danger because of these quote-unquote protesters.
Let's put that clip back up, actually, because I want to talk about these people. These are the people that we don't see on the front lines, right? We see the ICE officers, and they get, you know, people spit at them, and they get attacked. But the people behind the scenes, let's put that clip back up of those protesters attacking the employees, civilian employees out at Delaney Hall. They're not getting paid, Jonathan. Like, ICE funding, CBP funding hasn't passed yet. These are the people that are still not getting paid and yet still showing up to work and then having this happen to them. I mean, it's unbelievable. And then you've got Congress that still hasn't passed this ICE funding bill. The House just left. But tell me what your message would be to Republicans who come back and take up this bill. And some of them are saying, I'm not going to vote for this unless there are reforms to ICE.
They need to vote for this because it's so important for public safety and national security to have ICE fully funded. And it really can be a ticking time bomb if this goes on any longer, because there's so many things that are vital for national security that they do. And remember, they shouldn't also be held, basically, the Democrats did this as a political stunt, and the Republicans should not feed into this in any way. The Democrats had no real issues with what ICE was doing, because we know that's true, because they were more than happy to fund DHS and leave ICE unfunded and seek no reforms whatsoever, even though some were being offered. And ironically, the end game here is more funding for ICE than there was before. So I don't think the Republicans should fall into this trap because it wasn't an authentic objection to ICE. The Democrats' objection to ICE isn't what things that are supposedly doing wrong. Their objection is to the things they are doing that they are required to do, which is deporting illegal aliens.
Okay. Jonathan Fahey, always great to see you. Thanks for coming in with your expertise. We appreciate it.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.